something that needs a little fixing on Farpoint Farms.
Hey guys, it's Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms here in the mountains, North Carolina, and it is cold, single digits today with snow falling like crazy. Anyway, today continues our just 4-week adventure into checking out some of Harbor Freight's Bauer tools. I am a Harbor Freight fanatic, there's no doubt about that. In fact, I would never have been able to afford to do the stuff that I've been doing here as a restoration shop without Harbor Freight being around. They're just huge, you know, as Sears kind of tumbled into oblivion and all those beautiful Craftsman tools faded from the scene, Harbor Freight upped their game and created a great haven for guys who are in construction, guys who are electricians, plumbers, and of course mechanics to go and drool at their beautiful at their storefronts. And I'm the guy, I do that. So anyway, I use Ryobi here at the house, Home Depot's brand, and I've been very happy with them. But there's no Home Depot up here where I live now, and we're looking for tools for our shop. The shop has gotten a bunch of older equipment, a lot of it's Bosch stuff, and they're just getting on. The batteries are dying, the tools are kind of had enough. And rather than invest in Bosch tools, I wanted to try a different brand, something where I knew I would constantly be going to the store anyway, and I'd be able to pick up new stuff or new batteries or whatnot as needed. So Harbor Freight has this, the Bauer line, and they have the Hercules at the very top. The Bauer being the prosumer grade of stuff, which is supposed to compete pretty well against Cobalt tools from Lowe's and Ryobi tools from Home Depot. So today I'm going to be looking real briefly at this. This is a 220 lume. Think of this, man. Up to 24 hours continuous run time. That's a lot for one little battery here. It is the Bauer 20 volt Hypermax lithium. Bare tool only on this one, okay? And now this setup here reminds me of the original blue styled Ryobi Flashlight. Here's a picture of one here. I've owned several of these. And then of course they've made a lot of different ones. The only Ryobi flashlight I currently have is this one here. And so we'll use it as a little bit of a comparison. This one here is more of like a handheld lantern, but it's pretty darn bright. And we're actually gonna turn the lights off here in the shop. We'll do a little side by side, show you which one's lighter, or which one's brighter, I should say. This one does have the bigger battery, but that shouldn't make a difference. This one's 18 volts, that one's 20, and we're not going for run time here or anything, but yeah, let me go ahead and rip this thing open. It's in one of those safety cases. And we'll take a look and see what we got. There we go. Set that aside. And wow, okay. So I feel like that's similar, I guess. The beam is similar. That looks a little more chromy than this one does, maybe a little wider. That I liked, and this is why I picked this particular one. So I could set this thing down and I could angle it, so if I was working, maybe I want to work directly on the floor and I want to light up underneath so I don't have to have one hand doing that. That gives you that ability, and I really like that. The other thing I like was this. It has this hook, so I can hang it if I was working underneath the car. I've got magnetic hooks all over the place. I can hang that and light up an area. So really kind of dig that. It's compact. It's a lot smaller than those old Ryobi blue ones. Those things were kind of monstrous. And they also had those were regular bulbs. They weren't LED bulbs. Those were like old school bulbs. So that's interesting. This is a push button that's, you know, got a rubber gasket on it, and so is that. So I like that. And let me go ahead and hook up a battery to it. Yeah, okay. So, I don't know, you won't be able to tell, I doubt, but there's our two lights side by side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the lights and we'll check that out. So let's do that. Okay, sorry about the light off to the right there. That is actually the security camera. Anytime there's motion here after dark, it has its own LED floodlights, but it shouldn't really mess with our little impromptu test. First, I'm going to turn on the Ryobi. And there's the beam for the Ryobi. See, pretty nice, pretty good. A little bit of a blue hue to it. You know, typical LED, but it lights up the shop pretty good. Okay. All right, now let's check out the new Bauer. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say I'm having an impossible time seeing any difference between the two. Both putting out a lot of light. Hey, you know what I ought to do? Let me grab my Stinger. You know, Streamlight Stinger, $150, you know? Let me go get that. Okay, Streamlight Stinger. All right, there's my Streamlight Stinger. So there's a professional automotive, law enforcement grade flashlight. You probably run this thing over with an Abrams and it'd be okay. And there is, there we go. And there is the Bauer light right next to it. So, Bauer, Streamlight Stinger. Can't say that the Stinger performs any better. In fact, it might perform just a wee bit worse. I guess this thing has just a wider throw to it, but pretty cool. All right, let's get back to the table. All right, so about the same output, about the same production of light. I couldn't find any specs on the Ryobi saying like how many looms it was. This one here is reconditioned. I picked this up, it was like $10 or $12, and this was $19.99. This was not on any kind of sale. One thing I also know about the Bauer tool line, and I'm pretty sure the Hercules as well, is that they don't, like your 20% off coupon at Harbor Freight is not going to work on those. That's just above and beyond. These are, high-end tools, I guess, so they just don't give you that 20% off. It also, and I forgot to show you this, it does come with a nice manual here. And let's see, how many pages is the old manual? 12 pages, including the warranty, so that's pretty nice. And yeah, that's it. It does not come with, at least I didn't see it. Now, this one does not come with a belt clip or a hook or anything like some of the other tools had that clip, which is fine. I doubt I would ever use anything like that, but just so you're aware of that. It does have that nice rubberized handle. So does the Ryobi. It's got that kind of soft grip or whatever. Okay, well, I guess that's it for this week. Next week, the last tool that I have in the current inventory, and of course, if these work out well at the shop, there'll be more. I'll probably pick up a Sawzall, and because we have our Sawzall is a Bosch as well, and it's on its last legs, although I think we have one decent battery left. I'll pick up a Sawzall. I might even pick up a little blower or a vacuum, shop vac for a car. Like, they have like a little dustbuster style of vacuum. So I might get those in the future. But till next time, my friends, take care.